And we're back with Let's Talk Antiques on Thunder Radio. We've been joined by another one. We've got an extra antiquer now that we didn't have in the first part.
So I had a child doctor visit thing.
Philip, I'm sure they'll catch you up, but I think they're talking lighters. Hopefully you brought yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see a Zippo in your
Okay,
pocket.
so during the break, we was going to talk about, you're going to give us a little bit of history about Ronson.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
And we already said that
Ronson.
Ronson got bought out by Zippo.
Yeah, Ronson started out as the Art Metal Works. And they were making lamps and they started out with safety matches so far as the lighters go. And then in 1913, Lewis Aronson, that was the guy that run the Art Metal Works, he applied for a patent for a lighter. It was approved in 1926, and he released a new automatic operation banjo lighter. And that offered to both ignition and extinguish in a single push. And it was a big success. And demand was always exceeding the supply. And so he's patented and designed other products around that invention, and they market them under the Ronson name. So that's where the Ronson came about. And then under his leadership, Art Metal Works began designing prototypes and patented several generations of lighting devices until finally arriving at the banjo lighter. And they received an exclusive patent in 26 for the new automatic style of lighter. It worked with one hand, and in 1927 he marketed it as the Ronson Delight lighter with the slogan of flip and it's lit, release and it's out. Now Ronson's new lighters, they were really successful worldwide, and soon they started offering a variety of lighters for all tastes. So they were just taking that lighter and designing different ones around them. They had a pistol lighter, pistol lighter, and it's a long barrel. It looked like a long barrel pistol, and they called it the pistol lighter. And it was exhibited at the 1912 Olympia car show on the Claxton stand, and it had a file-like member which was drawn up the barrel of the pistol against a strong spring, and when the trigger is pressed, it released and it rubbed against a flinty substance
Makes
contained in the
sense.
cap
Okay.
where the front side of the pistol would be, where the cap would go.
So the trigger drove back the spring. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was said to produce a lot of sparks sufficient to lighten a acetylene lamp in the wildest wind. Can you imagine that? You let that thing off and pull it and just lets a big bunch of sparks before it lights.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, acetylene lighting was standard in automobiles. The long barrel made the pistol lighter a practical choice for applying sparks to hard-to-reach places like motor vehicle engines. Now, why would you want to reach your motor vehicle engine?
Unless you're going to burn your car down.
Yeah, and that one threw me back a little bit. I had to stop and think about that.
Yeah.
So in the early 30s, they began to manufacture a new line of touch-tip table lighters, and they were really popular. And then after the war, they turned to producing lighters, then branched out into domestic goods such as electric shavers, cooking appliances. They had offices in England and Australia. And in 1967, a butane lighter factory, they had one in France. In the early 80s, high cost and the advent of cheap disposable lighters forced the closure of its production facilities in England. And now a European branch at Long Buxby in the UK sells a range of lighters. Now, Ronson Appliances, after being sold by the parent company, are now owned by Breville Group, and the brand is a mid-price brand with wide distribution in the Australian market. So,
All right, so that's a little bit
talk
of
about Their appliance, the Ronson appliance.
Yeah, so that's a little history, and we do know that Ronson sold the cigarette lighter division to
Zippo.
Zippo. Okay, so now you've got us a little history on Dunhill, and then we're going to go and look up some Zippos, Dunhills, and Ronsons, right?
Okay.
All right, give us a little history about Dunhill lighters.
Okay, Dunhill, the company, was founded in London, England in 1893, and it was a luxury goods brand which specialized in accessories for automobiles to start with, and then branched out over the years. Also, Alfred Dunhill inherited his father's business, I jumped to my story here. Unique. Okay, and the first Dunhill striker lighter, named the Ed Knight, appeared in 1914. Alfred Dunhill improved the patent of Greenwood and Wise from 1919 to 1924, and the Unique lighter was introduced. The Unique, with horizontal flint tube, can be operated in one hand and was produced in 4 sizes, A, B, C, and D, with A being the smallest. The prototype, made of mustard dose, can still be seen in Dunhill's museum. It was Alfred Dunhill's greatest impact on lighter history. He sent the lighters to artists and goldsmiths and offered original, highly elaborate pieces to his customers. So he was in the more... He was
the high dollar
He was
lighter.
the high dollar lighter guy from London.
He made a lot of table models and stuff, too.
Double wheel was added to Unique lighter in 1928, and the same year Parker Company is founded by the Alfred Dunhill. I did not know that Parker was owned
Parker
by...
Pen?
Yeah,
You
Parker
know
Pen.
now.
There were other technically... let's see it. Lost my spot when I start talking. Double wheel added, Parker Company. In 1933, Tallboy was made under Cartier's license. Timeless, elegant design that looks great even today due to improvements in the fuel system. It was working for weeks without refilling. Also, the system of constant pressure on the flint was a revolutionary idea. Broadboy model followed in 1935. Handy Savory in France in 1938. And another famous Dunhill lighter was the Rolla-Lite, was patented by La Nationale in 1938. Salem came up just after World War II in 1946, and the London Rolla-Lite in 1948. The Rolla-Lite gas is still being produced in this day, the same design as the 1938 Rolla-Lite. So they actually beat Ronson by 2 years for the non, I guess the kind that was one-handed and generally didn't blow out kind of deal.
You know, about these lighters, who would have thought that people, today they're pushing not to smoke, but still people collect the lighters. Isn't that something?
True.
It is.
Well, you can do more with a lighter than smoke too.
Yeah.
You can burn down a house or something else, useful.
Now,
Sorry.
well, you might be all right. I don't think there's no little kids listening unless
Okay.
they're below 6 or
Yes.
something. Well, they're even in school. You better be careful. You give a little kid an idea,
they're-
and then you'll be in
They're
trouble.
all at school. It's okay. Oh, and also Dunhill lighters was the preferred brand of James Bond, by the way.
Well, I wonder why.
Which would make sense since
Yeah.
it's a British brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so look here. Let's just go. We've kind of given them the history. So why don't we start out with, go ahead, and me and Ronnie will chime in when you get to a good one. Let's start out with our friend Zippo
Okay.
and work our way up to the high dollar Dunhill after we take this break.
Okay.
Hey, before we take this break, remind people about sending stuff in to WMSR.
Yeah, you can send, if you've got, well, tell them what you want them to send.
Well, what we want to do, we're going to actually come out, if you've got a good collection, and not only we're going to come out, we're going to offer you money for your collections. And we're actually going to do a live remote if we choose yours to do it with, and we're going to film it.
Okay.
So you didn't know about all that because you
It's all
weren't
news
here.
to
When was all this decided?
Well, that's what happens when you snooze.
There you go.
So tell them how to send that information.
Just send
to
that
us.
to the email address here at the station, which is WMSR@thunder1320.com.
And by the way, if you have any Rambler, name them off. If you got those kind of signs, Rob, we know for sure will be there. Which
Yeah.
ones?
Rambler or AMC, yeah.
Yeah.
Nash Hudson.
There
any
you
of
go.
those. Yeah, those are cool. If
Yeah.
you have them, and if I can afford them. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, I guess we're back now, and we're ready to actually give the listeners some sold prices, right?
There you go.
So if you got some Zippos or Ronsons or Dunhills, now you're the type would have the Dunhill, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So I've the highest price Zippo thing we have is there were what, a dozen? Yeah, there was like a 12-pack of Vietnam Zippo lighters that went for $5,000. So 12 for $5,000's not bad. But the next highest one, which is a single, is a carved vintage sterling Zippo that has a hobo nickel inset into it. So we had to look up what hobo nickel meant. And it is apparently where it's an art form, I guess hobos originated it, where you would take a real, a regular nickel, dime, quarter, or whatever coin, and
$1.
you would recarve the front of it and change the image. And this guy also has inset gold in it. So 37 bids on that went for $3,555.
If that was a hobo that had a little money, my dad.
No doubt, yeah.
Evidently, he's a rich hobo.
Yeah, he was a rich hobo.
However, had some time.
Hey,
I
tell
don't
you
think
something.
he had $3,500.
I think you got
worth
the
of
right
gold in
idea
it.
too. We ought to do a show on because there was a lot of hobos that did tramp art.
A lot of hobo art, yeah.
Yeah, so we need to do that.
Lots of
Well, go
different
ahead,
stuff.
keep talking about them good old Zippos.
Here is a lot of 156 lighters that went for, let's see, they took a best offer somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000, but 156. No, that doesn't have any photos. It's kind of odd. Here's a vintage 14 karat gold Zippo lighter. 23 bids on that, went for $2,024. Wow.
That's good
Yeah,
for a
and
lighter.
here's a 1970s Zippo lighter, 14 karat gold, engine turned, unlit in the original box. $2,000 was to buy it now on that one. Somebody made a good investment
Yeah,
48 years ago. Yeah. Here's a rare 58 Zippo lighters that are all Harley collection. Those went for somewhere around $1,800. Here's a 1936 original luster square corner / Zippo. enamel with a early barrel. It's it's got a JSE initials on it. 16 bids on that went for $1,625.
Now, these lighters are bringing some money.
Here's an unusual one. Here's a Zippo, the Alien movie. This is 20th anniversary of Alien, and so it's a Zippo lighter with a brass alien, sterling silver with a brass alien head on it from the Alien movies.
That is cool.
It is pretty cool. It went for $1,500.
Yeah.
Here's another. Here's actually a 2008 sterling silver Zippo lighter with gold inlays, hand engraved by John Robin. So it's another custom engraved one, and it's got some amazing art on it. 5 bids on that went for $1,600. Here are 2004 prototype Zippo lighter of the Camel cigarette pack, set of 10. So it looks like the front of a pack of Camel cigarettes. They were asking $2,300, but got a mere $1,500 for it. Here's a Zippo solid titanium model 110, mint in box, still in the plastic, never touched by human hands.
Oh,
from
wow.
2001.
So aliens touched it or something?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, $1,500 after 38 bids. So it got quite a bit of activity for them. Here is a vintage cigarette lighter collection with Zippo, Ronson, and many others. They've got probably about 20, I'd say, in here. 22 bids on that went for $1,524. I'll get another prototype Zippo lighter from 1937, square corners, all original, very rare, less than 15 known to exist, they say. 102 bids on it and got up to $1,375. So,
That's a lot of bids. That's a lot of interest in the cigarette lighter.
yeah.
102 bids.
Shows some interest, don't it?
Yeah. Of course,
Here's
one guy was probably bidding 20, 30 times there.
Yeah. Here's a 1940s Zippo Town and Country lighter that's got a
Plug in a proxy.
looks like cherries on it, like a group of cherries. They were asking $1,600, but they got right about $1,200 for it. A 1948 sterling silver Zippo 3 barrel hinge, old vintage style, 53 bids, $1,125. Here's a Vietnam lighter. It says Detachment 2, 620th tack. 23 bids on that one for $1,034. People pay some money for these lighters.
They want it.
How many Zippos you got?
I think I got one.
It might be a high dollar.
It might be. Let's say I was born in 1970, and I probably got it when I was 12. So, give me another 12 years, and I expect it to be worth as much as that one that was from 1970.
Yeah, what do you think about the can of Zippo fluid there?
How about the early vintage Zippo lighter fluid tin? Looks like an oil 3-in-1 oil can. 36 bids on that went for $998.
We're talking about a tin.
Yeah.
A tin can,
Yeah.
Zippo lighter fluid.
Probably
It
don't even
says
have any fluid in it.
for all engines. Man. Here's a vintage Zippo slim lighter factory, 14 karat gold. Near mint, unlit. $1,000 was to buy it now on that one. Here's a boxed 1940s Zippo Black Crackle World War II original with the original advertisement that went with it.
Yeah.
25 bids on that, $914.
That's one of those black ones David was talking about they were making during the war.
Yeah. 1946 Zippo with Metallique lighter. It doesn't have much of a description on it, but it went for still got about 925 on that. 1937 Zippo, Metalique, Lockheed applied logo, rounded corners, cam spring, excellent plus condition, 30 bids, $850. So
you're pulling up a few that I'm not getting.
We've gone down through a lot of these, and we're still
You're
still
high
still
dollar.
bringing
still
some
getting a
money.
lot of money. Yeah. Here's a vintage Marlboro Zippo lighter. So it's got the Marlboro logo and stuff. in
See what
the
year
box
that
it
one
goes
is,
in.
because that, a lot of people could have that.
Let's see if we can get our.
See what the description said. I bet that's going to be a newer lighter.
It doesn't look very new.
What does the description say?
Doesn't give a year.
Lighter. There've been multiple questions since we listed it. Are there scratches? No. Are there dents? No. Is the backside tarnished? Partially.
Don't have it in his
Extremely
Might be
rare.
one
Oh,
that's
1976
Yeah.
There you
brass
go.
Marlboro Rodeo Cowboy Zippo lighter.
They had it on down toward the bottom.
Also, it says brand new, never used. So, I think the never used part of it
that helps.
helps with them. So that was 31 bids at $809 for that
And it
one.
displays well too. That
Sure
counts
does.
for a lot.
It does.
You're gonna buy a lighter.
All right.
Okay, you know why Rob's in here.
Well, Rob, you
Yeah,
want to
time to
bounce
pay
us,
the bills again.
and then we'll come back with some Dunhill and Ronson ladders to finish up.
I bet Rob's dad's got some lighters.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
All right, we're back. With finish up on our ladders here. So I figure we go next to Ronson.
Yeah,
ladders.
because we don't have it, about 12 minutes or something?
Yeah, these Zippos are still bringing me
Yeah.
money.
All right, so Ronson, we've got a vintage Ronson touch tip cigar humidor. Actually, it's not even a lighter. Okay, $1,300. Here's a very nice vintage Ronson Veriflame 14 karat gold lighter, circa 1960s. $1,000 was the buy it now on that one. Here's a 1930s Ronson Regimental lighter with the original leather. This is a really nice looking lighter with it's kind of rounded or oval shaped with leather wrapped around it. It says near mint condition. It brought $775 for the buy it now. Vintage Ronson Veriflame electric lighter display. Working cleaned mid-century. $695 for the.
That.
Yeah, that's the sales
You
display.
gotta have something to put your lighters in.
There you go. Here's a Ronson American Bartender lighter, torch tip, Art Deco, $650 for that. Um, 1930s Art Deco penguin cigarette holder and lighter by Ronson. It's like it got a little penguin on it that I think you can like clip your cigarette to, kind of thing.
Does he bend over and light it?
I don't think it's a common thing. I think the penguin just will hold your cigarette for you. You know, if you've got something to do.
All right, because it's a holder.
Yeah.
It says and lighter though.
Yeah,
So-
with a lighter beside of it, kind of
Okay,
thing.
I'll
So,
buy that.
little scene.
I'll buy into that.
Here's a vintage 1935 Ronson watch with a lighter. It's pretty strange. It's basically a lighter with a watch face on the bottom of it. Original box, very rare. They were asking $650 and took a best offer. It really seems like that would be unique enough to get more than that. Here is a Ronson Pick-a-Cig Art Deco chimpanzee cigarette dispenser. So this is like the thing where you push the button and the monkey reaches over and grabs a cigarette out of your box
there
for you.
you go. That's what I thought the
There you
penguin
go.
done.
That's what you got to be cool to have something like that. That's $500 is one bid on that one. Vintage Art Deco Ronson touch tip clock table lighter. So they must have been big on clocks. So it's got a 1930s clock on it, and it's kind of a big one because it's a tabletop lighter.
Mm-hmm. Did it say if the clock works?
It did not say if the clock works. I kind of doubt it, you know.
I do too.
Here's a vintage Art Deco Ronson touch tip table lighter parts for repair. To repair your number one lighter. 10 bids on that, $455 for the repair parts. Yeah. Now that could be pretty hard to find. 1939 Art Metal Works Ronson touch tip lighter and pipe rest combination.
Oh, well, you
So
got a
that's-
wick and some flint.
That's kind of an odd looking thing. I can't entirely. $485 was their asking price. They took a little bit below that. Here's a rare 1928 Ronson D-Lite tabletop ladder with box and instruction manual. So this looks like an old style coffee pot almost, with where you put your finger through the back of it.
You gotta have instructions on how to light your lighter.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's how to refill it. Hopefully that's
Hey,
it. So. All right. Well, with that, we'll jump over to the Dunhill because
there's
let's
some nice
see.
Dunhills in here.
So the highest
sitting
priced
there.
single Zippo we had was $3,500,
no, Dunhill.
and the highest priced Ronson we had was $1,000, and the highest priced Dunhill we have is $9,000.
Golly.
That's
So-
a little different.
Now the difference is this is 9-carat solid gold, model 375 pocket compendium vanity lighter. So, so it's got a vanity, like a little mirror pops out on it and everything. So it's would this be a women's lighter from the vintage days? I don't know. And here's another one that looks pretty similar to the same thing, and they were asking $12,000, got just a little less than the 9. Here is a Dunhill outer jacket, 14-karat yellow gold lighter, 14-karat solid gold vintage cigarette lighter, pre-owned, one bid, $5,000. Here is a Dunhill aquarium lighter, and so it looks like a Zippo turned on its side, but the mechanism is still on the top, so on the long end of
No,
it.
you can't actually put a fish in that one. can you?
No, but it has an engraved aquarium scene in the side of it, and this came from the UK. It was they were asking $4,500, and they got over $3,000 for it. So.
Yeah, so the aquarium's got
Yeah.
the little aquarium scene on the side.
Right, and here's the next one is a Lucite, a Dunhill Lucite aquarium lighter, Alfred Dunhill vintage, and it's got a so it's in Lucite, kind of looks like plastic or some kind of painted thing on it, and it's another one of those looks like a regular lighter turned on its side. It's got a I call those the fighting fish or whatever you buy at Walmart, those pretty ones. 2 bids on that, $3,050. Man.
3,000 bucks.
Here's a Dunhill 19 karat yellow gold with black enamel Art Deco cigarette pocket lighter. 49 bids on that, $2,375. I'm going to dig through my granddaddy's old stuff
That
and
kinda
try and
looks
find
like-
a Dunhill lighter.
Like it's got brown leather and black stripes on it.
It does. It's pretty unique looking,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's like an oblong shape lighter.
Rare, and the next one is called a rare and fine quality Japanese lacquer cigarette case by Dunhill. So this is like one of their licensed things, I guess, that they did. So this is just a cigarette case and not a lighter, but it's gorgeous looking. Looks like silver with it's lacquered over with a scene of a swan on it on a lake. 26 bids on that, went for $2,357. 14 karat gold watch lighter, Petrowick cigarette lighter, RFK initials.
I wonder if Kennedy owned that one.
Probably not, no. It brought 44 bids at $2,236. Dunhill Art Deco sterling silver lighter with a watch, French Swiss made watch in set in it. This is coming from Serbia, by the way. 36 bids, went for $2,175. Only $19 shipping from Serbia, which seems like a
That's
bargain to me.
cheap.
Yeah, but look how
Shipping.
much the thing brought. I'd give him free shipping.
Here's an Osprey concealed lighter. It's one of the licensed Dunhill ones. .925 silver, 1950s. So I believe it's like, so it looks like a solid block, but you push a button and the lighter part pops out of it.
Yeah, those gold and silver lighters were a big deal back
Yeah.
in the day because, everybody carried one.
All right.
Kind of like a piece of jewelry.
15 bids, $2,110. Osprey.
Oh, you bought those lighters at jewelry stores, actually.
Yeah.
And, you engraved them for you. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
believe.
But yeah, even
Even when
the
I was a kid, you buy cigarette lighters
Yeah.
at jewelry stores.
I remember that. Yeah, too. Osprey solid silver with gilded wafer design on it. It almost looks like a leather print or something on it. 27 bids on it, $1,725. The Charles Dunhill lighter, one of the most sought after, they say, with a box. Buy it now, $1,545.
Nice looking lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pulling that one up for some reason.
Dunhill Roll-A-Gas lighter, sterling silver, brand new in case, number 233 of 400. They were asking $1,668, and with a best offer accepted, let's see if I can get a number, somewhere between $1,600 and $1,300. Here's one of the Tiffany Dunhill lighters, 18 karat gold, AW engraved on the top. It's a woven design, very pretty lighter, very small. It actually looks more like a Bic size lighter. That was $1,300. Buy it now. I wonder what one of these, like I say, they're still in business. I wonder what their new lighters cost.
Look that up. I'd say they're high too.
I would say,
If those are bringing that kind
the
of money,
new
the
ones
other
are
ones-
probably aren't cheap. They're probably not, a 6-pack for
No,
$5.
not the 99-cent bigs.
Yeah. Here's a Dunhill Roll-A-Gas lighter with a bunch of pictures of it showing how it's more like a Bic size one, but it's like instead of striking downward, you roll it sideways with your thumb, and
you
it's
better
going
wind
up
it
the
up,
body.
buddy.
And 2 bids on that for $1,200. So
All right.
go out and dig through some drawers and see if you might have a vintage lighter.
Any type. No
True.
cheap lighters that don't look like.
That's right. Yeah, all of them are bringing hundreds of dollars. They look like anything that anybody's looking for.
Look here, vintage cricket lighters, new old stock, 6 box, never opened. Well, about something better than between $67 and $600.
That's a big range there.
Hey, with that, we're going to have to get out of here.
All right. We'll come back and talk antiques next week.
Will we?
Maybe.
Well, hopefully you will.
Yeah.
We'll see. I do want to remind you one more time, if you've got a collection out there and you'd like the antiquers to take a look at it, they'd like to check it out, might even do some buying or trading or something with you, just send us an email, WMSR@thunder1320.com, and we'll make sure the antique team gets that.